We are ready to roll into the playoffs this week, and there will be a lot of action coming our way Friday night and Saturday.
5 Nick 10 teams made it into the postseason, and the first one to take the field will be Belvedere North Friday night. The Blue Thunder will be at home hosting 6-3 Chicago Amundsen. The Blue Thunder had a strong regular season, finishing in 3rd place in the Nick 10, and now they'd love some playoff success. The last 4 years that the Blue Thunder have been in the playoffs, they were knocked out in the opening round. Well, plenty of action from this game Friday night on overtime.
Harlem will also take the field Friday night. The Huskies will be on the road at 8-1 Glenbard East. Auburn and Hononegah will have a rematch Saturday afternoon in Rockton. They just played last week. Hononegah won that game. And Boylan will host a playoff game Saturday at 1 o'clock against 5-4 Chicago Phillips. We'll preview those games on overtime with Tim Bailey. And 6 Big Northern Conference teams made the playoff, and one of them is North Boone.
The Vikings are back in the playoffs after missing out last year. They finished 3rd in the Big Northern this season with 6 wins. That's given them a home game to start off the postseason. The Vikings will unleash their passing attack against 5-4 Monmouth Roseville. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff Friday night in Poplar Grove. Again, we will bring you highlights of that on overtime. Here's some more playoff matchups Friday night. Rochelle plays at Wheaton St. Francis, Evergreen Park at Sycamore, Plano at Dixon, Stillman Valley at Chicago Noble Johnson, and Ottawa Marquette at Forston. We'll have cameras at several of those games Friday night, also for overtime.
8-man playoff football will also kick off Friday night. There will be 3 games involving our state line teams. West Prairie is at Polo, Orangeville at Milledgeville, and South Beloit is playing at Flanagan Cornell. On Saturday, there will be 2 very interesting games between teams from the Big Northern Conference and the NUIC. In one game, Oregon will take on DuPec in Pecatonica. The Hawks are in the playoffs for the first time since 2014. DuPec is in the playoffs for the 4th straight year.
The other game pitting NUIC and Big Northern teams Saturday afternoon will be Lena Winslow hosting Rockford Lutheran.
The Leewin Panthers are everyone's favorite to win the 1A state championship. They're the #1 seed, but the Crusaders will show up ready to play. They've faced the likes of Byron and Dixon, so they know what greatness looks like. That'll be 2 o'clock start on Saturday in Lena. We'll preview that game Friday night on overtime. Here are some of the other games that will be played Saturday. In Class 3A, Byron will host Chicago Noble. In 1A, Fulton will play at Morrison. And in some more 8-man action, Hiawatha will take on Amboy.
In our Spotlight story, you don't find this often in high school football. There are 3 generations of one family involved with one football team. It's the Dutch family with the North Boone Vikings. Lenny, Jeremy, and Chris Dutch. We will feature them.
Join us for all that and more Friday night on a playoff episode of Overtime Live at 11 p.m. on Fox 39.